From trying to gain a massive social media following like Paige's to their mutual obsession with Tiger Woods, here's the real reason Claire Hogle is copying her rival, Paige Spiranac. Claire clearly wants a taste of Spiranac's success, with over 11 million followers across her social media platforms and 3.7 million fans thirsting over every single one of her Insta posts. Paige Spiranac has made quite a name for herself as a social media sensation. She is quite literally the pioneer of the female golf content creating industry. No wonder she dubs herself as the OG Insta Golf Girl. The 30-year-old has 600,000 more followers than the legend Tiger Woods himself, and if that's not enough to show the success of her brand, this bombshell also has around 330K subscribers on her YouTube channel, where she posts little insider details of her life, along with golfing tips and tricks. She's a beauty with brains and has managed to gain a whopping net worth of $3 million and apparently earns around $14,000 per Instagram post using her stunning good looks and her insane golfing talent. To top all of this, she also has a podcast called Playing Around and recently launched her very own website, Only Paige, where fans have to pay a subscription fee to get access to all of Spiranac's exclusive content. So it should come as no surprise that the rising social media sensation Claire Hogle wants to follow in her footsteps and copy her rival to climb the ladder of success. And from the looks of it, Hogle is already on her way to becoming the new queen of golf. Uh-oh, looks like Paige better watch out, there's a new queen in town. These aren't my words, fans have already dubbed Hogle the prettiest golfer in history because of her recent stunning Instagram photos. And this isn't even the first time the 23-year-old has challenged Spiranac's throne. Back in 2022, when Hogle was still easing her way into the world of social media influencers, the Daily Star literally referred to her as the next Paige Spiranac, and several other news outlets reported that she might just replace Paige over the next couple of years. Now, from the looks of it, the prophecy can really turn true, especially because Claire has already gained over 100,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel and has a massive Insta following of 861K fans. And sure, the numbers are nowhere near close to Renee's, but the 23-year-old literally just started out and is already becoming the talk of the town. She's managed to use some tricks straight out of Paige's notebook to garner an insane amount of success in such a short time. And besides, the two ladies have a lot in common already. Now, we can't say for sure if this is yet another one of Claire's copycat antics or if these two genuinely have an insane amount of similarities, but turns out both of these hotshots. I actually fell in love with golf at a very young age. Paige first started playing at the age of 12 and went on to join her college golf team in the University of Arizona and then San Diego State University. This is where she proved her talent as a golfer by winning the All-Mountain West Conference title for 2 whole years in a row between 2012 and 2014. And get this, Renee's love for golf was inspired by her parents, especially her dad, who was always fond of the sport. Now, in case you haven't heard Claire speak about this already, apparently she also started golfing because of her parents' influence. The story goes that she was only 14 years old when her mother blackmailed her into playing just one season, and that's when she fell in love. According to Claire, her father was her biggest inspiration. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Oh, and did I mention that Hogle also played the sport in college at Cal State University? But then she suffered a shoulder injury and decided to turn to content creation. The same way Paige retired from the sport back in 2016 after suffering from several injuries. It looks like Claire's journey is a replica of Paige's, and that's clearly working out in the rising star's favor, since it's a story that sells pretty well. But their stories aren't the only thing the two have in common. Both these golfing gals know how to use their looks to their advantage. When it comes to having a strategic business sense, Paige Renee is always on top of her game. This gorgeous gal knows how to use her looks to her advantage. There's a reason why she was declared the hottest woman alive by Maxim back in 2022. She made it to the list once again in 2023 and was referred to as the sultry golf goddess. All of this results from the sizzling pictures she posts online, in which she's often showing off her incredible fashion sense and wearing the cutest outfits. This woman knows how to make sports look sexy. Her posts often feature her dressed in miniskirts and sports tees, all dolled up and ready to hit the field. There are also dozens of photos of her in bikinis and sexy lingerie, which obviously always attracts eyeballs and adds to her fame. Even though Paige gets a lot of hate for sexualizing golf, she never stops being herself. And that's probably why she's such a hit. No wonder Hogle wants to make use of the same strategies to become popular. But say what you want about Claire, we cannot deny that she's easy on the eyes, and it's kinda smart how she's using her pretty girl aesthetic, same marketing tactics as her rival, to beat her at her own game. To the point that Claire's posts seem copy-pasted straight from Paige's feed. If you check out their social media accounts, you'll notice that Claire often seems like a carbon copy of Renee, especially in terms of their dressing sense and the content they share with their fans. Hogle's go-to aesthetic is literally one that Paige has been showing off for years: a tight miniskirt, a golfing hat, and a tank top. She even mimics the kind of outdoorsy golf field pictures that Paige posts quite frequently. Oh, and not to mention, the videos that Claire posts of herself, in which she shares golfing techniques with her fans. Any guesses who started the trend? That's right. But then again, let's face it folks, the rising star's strategies might just be working out for her. Because it turns out, by copying her rival, Claire Hogle has bagged some great endorsement deals. Did you know that Claire is now a brand ambassador for Blue Tees Golf? And this is just one of the several companies she signed up with. She often uses her Insta fame to promote different brands like Oma de Golf and Swag Golf Co. And she's probably earning tons from those endorsements. It's clearly a great business tactic and one that's obviously inspired by none other than Miss Paige Spiranac, who has also frequently promoted the very same brands on her profile. Her social media presence is literally the reason why Renee was able to get endorsements with really big companies, including Lululemon, Sports Illustrated, Women's Health, and Golf Digest. Whew, someone's in demand. And if following in her footsteps has helped Claire get the same opportunities, then it makes sense why she'd want to keep copying her rival, doesn't it? But turns out, Paige feels like she deserves due credit for Claire's success. In a Q&A session with her fans on Instagram, Paige opened up about how she felt about her rivals. She was careful not to name any names, but it was painfully clear who she was talking about. And although Paige handled the whole thing with grace, she said that mimicry is the greatest compliment, so she's flattered that so many young girls want to copy her style. She also didn't shy away from expressing her discomfort at the lack of credit she gets for other people's success. Spiranac mentioned that it makes sense for women to want to follow the path she's carved, especially since they've seen her reach great heights. But that doesn't mean that they must copy her every single move. She expressed how frustrating it was for her to see girls steal not only her outfits but her hairstyles, her makeup looks, and even her captions. Especially since the copycats barely ever acknowledge the role she's played in their success. The 30-year-old was of the view that had it not been for her, they wouldn't even have jobs. You heard that correctly, and to be fair, she does raise some pretty good points. But perhaps Claire wants to be the next Paige Spiranac for more than just fame. From what I've heard, they're both die-hard Tiger Woods fans. In a recent interview, Claire expressed how much she looks up to the golfing legend and mentioned that she would love to exchange places with him because he's been such a role model for her growing up. Now, this is interesting because Woods is also a favorite of Paige, to the point that she has defended his actions several times in the past, and apparently Paige's success is the reason why she got the chance to meet her hero back in 2018, after which she announced that her life was complete. Perhaps Claire Hogle hopes to get the same opportunity one day. If this is the case, it's understandable why she copies Paige. And so, from their mutual obsession with Tiger Woods to trying to gain a massive social media following like Paige's, here's the real reasons Claire Hogle is copying her rival Paige Spiranac.